Hello, everybody. I'm here for another edition of the Light Up series, and I'm just here to talk about the plan. And I just am reminded or thinking, how many times have we been in situations where we have been under attack, where we have felt abandoned, where we have felt betrayed, where we may have felt hurt? We have felt persecuted and discarded. How many times have we felt this way? And how many times have we sought the Lord to take it away, to remove it, to lift it? But I just want to remind us and encourage us today that those very things, those very situations could actually be a part of God's plan, and they could be a part of our making. Because whatever the Lord does, He's going to do it that it may benefit us, that it may work out for our good. And because we know it's part of His plan, it's our best shot to make sure that we are in a position to receive the reward, to receive the lessons, to receive the benefits of God's plan. So we have to remind ourselves to seek out the Lord, that if we don't understand, or we may not be aware what this situation entails or what it's supposed to do for us or how it's supposed to benefit us, that we must seek out the Lord that we may get clarity. And so I think about when Jesus tells, and he's talking to the disciples, and he's letting them know that because the world hated him, the world is going to hate us, his people. And they hate us because although we're in this world, we're not of it. He said he went and he pulled us out from among the people. And so because we are associated with Jesus, the people are going to hate us. They're going to persecute us. The Lord is saying it's inevitable. They did it to me. And because I know they did it to me, I know they're going to do it to you. So when we know that there's something that's inevitable, we don't sit and whine about it. We sit and prepare. We prepare for that moment. We study our word. We pray. We fast. We seek the Lord that he may prepare us and give us the strength that when those moments may come, that we don't break down, that we don't give up, but that we will push forward in it. Because the word lets us know to not be weary in well-doing, because in due season we will reap. And again, those things that I listed, those attacks, those discouragements, those hurtful moments, they don't seem like good. But again, when we know it's a part of the Lord's plan, it can't do anything but work out for our good. And in the end, we will have a reward that we can't even imagine. So we have to let go of our own temporary feelings and our own temporary pains, because the Lord wants us to be reminded that they can't even compare to the great things that he has as our reward. So we have to be willing to just endure these temporary moments. We have to be willing to endure this temporary pain, because we know in the end, there's much greater for us. I think again about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he is truly, he's in pain, and he's just asking the Lord, if it is possible, would you let this cup pass? Jesus just wanted to know if it was possible that although he knew the plan was that he was going to be persecuted for us, for our sakes, that we may live again. He wondered for just a moment if it was possible for that moment to not have to happen. But then he also reminded himself and lets the Lord know, but Lord, not my will, your will be done. And that's how we have to be in those moments. those moments that we may not understand, those moments, again, that may not feel good, we have to remind ourselves that it's God's will above our own. It's God getting the glory above us feeling jolly all the time, because we were placed here for a purpose. And if we aren't fulfilling that purpose, then we are essentially useless. So we have to allow the Lord's plan to come to fruition. We have to allow the Lord's plan and will to be done in our lives, that he may yet get the glory. So in those moments, we must, instead of asking, Lord, take this thing away, we must seek the Lord that he may give us strength, that he may give us peace, that he may give us clarity in the midst of these situations, because the enemy would have us that we give in and that we fall into his very trap, that we allow him to get us out of character. And the enemy may even be laughing. He may be rubbing his hands together like he's some evil genius. He may be getting excited, feeling like that he's winning. But I want you to know that the Lord is saying, but I got other plans. The enemy sees it that he's winning, but what he doesn't realize is that he's being used for God's plan. He's being used that God can get the glory. He's being used to pull something out of you that otherwise couldn't be pulled out of you. And he doesn't even realize it. And again, I think about when Jesus was being persecuted, and the people who were working according to that plan, who were orchestrating it, who did the work, they all thought that they were doing what it is that they wanted to do. But what they did not realize is that they were working according to the Father's plan. And we just can't forget that God can even use the enemy to benefit his people. God can use the enemy to benefit his people. And again, that may sound like something that just sounds like it's impossible, but God can do it. He can use anybody. He can use anybody for his glory. And I think back to Habakkuk. And when Habakkuk began to ask the Lord why the Lord was allowing the Chaldeans to come in and judge God's people. God was going to allow these people that didn't believe in him, that worshiped false gods, to come in and basically judge his people. And Habakkuk asked the question. He just was like, Lord, how is this possible? Your people are more righteous than these people, but you're allowing these unrighteous people to come in and think that they have some sort of power over your people. And the Lord told Habakkuk, I have so much great stuff in store that even if I told you, you wouldn't understand it. So we may be on our knees praying and asking the Lord for clarity. We may be asking the Lord to remove it. We may be asking the Lord, what are you doing in this season? And the Lord wants us to know, even if he told us, we wouldn't believe it, because our limited view and limited perspective wouldn't allow us to understand or even fathom the mind of God. So all that we can do is trust him. All that we can do is trust that no matter what is going on, because the Lord is in control and because it all will work out for my good, that what I can do is just trust the Lord. I can seek the Lord, seek his strength, seek his peace, seek his wisdom, seek his knowledge and his understanding, that I may make it out of this thing without losing my mind, without giving up, without giving in, without allowing the enemy to feel like he has more power than the Lord has given him. So be reminded that although it may not look like it, it's all working according to God's plan. So be blessed, be encouraged, and just sit back, seek the Lord, and watch his plan work out in your life. God bless you.
My brothers and sisters, I pray that this was a blessing unto you. First Lady Clay, would you like to say anything?
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Leave a comment. God bless.